look to knock down the last of the free throw offers. And he does. Hammered on a three-point shot attempt. He nailed all three at the free throw line. 20-18 Oregon, 8:13 left in the first half of play. White penetrating, pulls up for the J. Noonan did not block out. White with the rebound, a fresh 35. Ume off the mark. And this is Hairston.
But again, when you watch Oregon play defense, they're heeding the words of Coach Ernie Kent. They're challenging shots. Shot pressure, shot pressure, shot pressure.
First half action here between the third-seeded Ducks of Oregon and the seventh-seeded Running Rebels of UNLV. Oregon on top by 2. And again, the winner here in the nightcap will move on to meet the top seed overall in the tournament, Florida, which advanced in its meeting earlier with Butler. Ducks with the ball out of bounds.
Again, the value of having a guy like Marty Loonan, ability to handle the ball outside as a big man, can draw the big people from UNLV out from under the basket.
Tajuan in his favorite position, battling underneath. Porter with the three. Tajuan Porter for the Ducks.
Again, UNLV not able to corral the rebound despite having a majority of their red shirts in the paint. And we talked about the keys to the game. Oregon cannot get second chance opportunities on a regular basis to UNLV.
Wendell White on the penetration. The foul will be called on Loonan. UNLV trailing 23-18 to Oregon, 7:16 left in the first half of play.
And UNLV has yet to get their two big scorers, Wendell White and Wink Adams, on track. Collectively, they're 1 of 6 from the field. White with the ball right there and gets it blocked.
Good block. Hairston, excellent defense on Wendell White. Hairston, nice pass to Tajuan. Smart move, didn't have it. Back out to Porter. Porter off the mark. Little brickwork there on the backboard. Ume. Asenge with the rebound for the Running Rebs. Collected himself nicely, but couldn't get the drop. Here come the Ducks. And a walk.
Well, you take a look at the comparisons we just spoke about, Adams and White, who've pretty much been the leaders offensively. And right now, nearly non-existent is their offensive capability. Wink Adams with a 3 and Wendell White still with a donut.
And the Running Rebs not hitting it from the floor at all. 7 of 26 from the floor. Wink to Kruger. Kruger with a 3. First basket of the game for Kruger, and that of the 3 variety. Rebs down by 2. 6:10 left in the first half of play.
And Bryce Taylor was all over Kevin Kruger, and when Kruger made that difficult shot with a hand in his face, all Taylor could do was just shake his head.
Had that happen before, just got to keep going. Be like a defensive back, short memory. Taylor. Rebounded by Wink Adams, leading the break. Coast to coast, can't get it. Asenge with the follow and the foul. Gaston Asenge. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Seth Davis will take you out for a live look at USC North Carolina. And they'll get you caught up on all the latest tournament news, plus an AT&T Naismith Watch update. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
And you see, JB, when I talked about being able to command the boards and not give up second chance opportunities, what that does is allows UNLV to get out and run their break. You know, this is a team that likes to get out and run. They average 75 points a game, and certainly they will shoot the 3 in transition as well. but their game doesn't really kick into gear until they're able to get out and push.
Senge missing the first end of the free throw. Aaron Brooks in for Harrison. This is the first free throw trip, if you will, for UNLV. And Senge not getting the second.
You take a look at Aaron Brooks. He begins the game with the headband, but right now, for some reason, it's off.
Luna. Rebounded by Adams. Wink Adams doing a nice job in the other phases of the game. Couldn't get by Brooks and loses the handle. Taylor. And an offensive foul called on Bryce Taylor.
Well, Gaston Senge does a nice job of holding his ground. Bryce Taylor thinks he's got a lane, and Senge, who was guarding a guy in the post, steps up to penetration like all good frontline defenders need to do. And Bryce Taylor totally out of control on that one.
Second personal on Bryce Taylor, both offensive fouls.
And look at the help right there out of this matchup zone.
Good look. Moving inside to White. White goes up strong. The young man out of Los Angeles, California, with the hit on the body, but good, strong move.
Well, Kevin Kruger does a nice job. Actually, it wasn't Kevin Kruger. I thought it was Michael Ume does a nice job of threading the needle. And when you have spaces, if you can spread out the matchup, you almost treat it like a man-to-man. And that time, White just snuck down on the baseline and made himself available.
Wendell White, first team all-conference. And he's battled some injuries as well, Len, to get to the point of playing as well. And again, a first team all-conference recognition.
Well, you see the mouthpiece that he's wearing, which most players should wear anyway, but he suffered a fractured jaw back on February 10 and actually has been wearing braces. He showed us yesterday as he lifted his top lip, and his braces all around there to kind of keep that jaw in place. And he's also got a bruised rib, and he's wearing a protective device, kind of like a flak jacket. Now, I had a chance to feel it. I don't know if it's going to give him that much protection, but if it makes him feel good, cool.
Might be more of a psychological boost in terms of that flak jacket, as you mentioned.
Well, you take a look there, and that padding around should give him some protection from the elbows and the bumps and bruises that might occur there. But it's kind of thin, and it necessarily has to be because you don't want to add extra weight, particularly in this game. This is maybe as rough as football at times, but it's not football, even though JB is announcing it.
And I would think most football players would want to disagree. I hear you, Len. 4:29 left in the first half of play. Rebs on top by 1 over the Ducks of Oregon.
That was my obligatory gridiron announcement.
And you know what? Much appreciated.
I wouldn't say anymore.
Much appreciated. White missing the kiss off the glass. Brooks ahead to Porter. Lightning quick up the floor, nailing the three.
Boy, a quick release. I guess at 5'6" you need it.
Senge. Do they count it? They count it. Gaston Senge with the good, strong move and the basket.
Well, UNLV right back at you after the bucket right here by Tajuan Porter. UNLV certainly wants to push the ball up the floor. Big guys running for UNLV. Marty Lunan out of the game, Adams on in the game, and Gaston Senge recognized an opportunity.
One of the underappreciated players on the team, and again, a lot of that, as Lynn, you mentioned before, because Joel Anthony as a backup so strong as a defensive player of the year, but he gets it done as well.
Well, I like the way Jovan Kazon can handle that rock. He penetrated and kicked it. You don't normally see a guy that big with that capability.
I'm loving Tajuan Porter, 5'6", all over the floor, playing with all kinds of confidence and not being hurt despite being diminutive on the defensive end.
Well, playing at that size, you know where to pick your spots. And there's one of them right there.
Boom. Oh, that's the spot. It's good.